me, this is Darth Devil Daddy, doing the Diabolic Daddy Gaming Show.
Target acquired.
Now, we are going to look at tactics. Tactics are the higher end of warfare. The lower end is strategy. Simply put, tactics are the political ends, and they have to respond to political needs. Now, what I'm showing here is different choices one can make in their troop selections based on politics as compared to thinking. Now, if you notice, I've got 3 units with girls in it. Well, maybe we don't want girls in warfare. Maybe we should add more girls to warfare. You know, ooh, girl power, yeah. But no. Why don't we put dogs in instead? Dogs are expendable. But the problem is everybody loves dogs. Maybe we don't need dogs. Maybe. Well, no. I know what we need. More machines. Why? Aside from being great, they're expensive. And they're effective. And maybe less people will die. And maybe the contractor for the machine's paying me a little cash. Yeah. Now, some of the ideas I've been picking up here have been from this little hot book here, Great Battles of the World. Covers basically World War I into Vietnam, specifically mechanized battles, or the beginnings of mechanization. Obviously, Tannenberg was a mechanized battle because it was a boiler-run ship. However, a lot of the Marne vehicles were still a rough and unsorted thing. But the beginning of the book covers the idea that tactics and strategy are 4 of the levels. High tactics, grand strategy of the battle. And I want to take a look today of what your tactics can be doing to your deck. Now, tactically speaking, you're not going to have a big cry over every time a puppy dies in the game. Do you know why? Because they're digital freaking puppies! Jesus God, do we even have to have that discussion? Anyway, with that in mind, you can let girls get killed. Hey, not such a bad thing. As a matter of fact, we do that now. Unless if you're some lowbrow country that can't figure out a woman can pull a trigger just as well as a man, well, maybe that's your problem. However, obviously, in real world versus video game world, there are some differences. Yet, one thing remains the same. You can buy your way out of a damn battle sometimes. Now, if you're thinking, how has that ever worked? We have the Civil War to prove that. The North, we had numbers. The North had the money. The North had the tools. The North still almost lost it because of bad tactics. Amazing, really. Now, I've got some battles coming up here, and we're going to take a look at some of the tactical facets of them. On the political end, there's not a lot. The next level of tactics is the General Admiral. What is the strategy movements we're going for? Now, simply put, oh, here's one tactical thing right here before even the battles. I forgot alliances. Guess what? You make friends, and they'll give you things. Hey, I'm doing a video. Oh, and by the way, I'm requesting some units. Anyone want to check this stuff out? And I give units. And guess what? We all get stronger for it. Now, the next thing is the spoils of war. That's also part of your tactics. Huh? You can't count on that. Yes, you can. Intel will tell you where the gold is. Intel will tell you where their supplies are. You take their stuff and use it against them. That's what that's about. Now we're going to go right into some battle here. Battle number 1. And believe me, if you don't want to sit through these, get to battle number 4, because there's kind of a moment in there. But battle number 1 is a pretty straightforward battle. If you notice, run my diversion, start getting my shots. And I've tried it a couple of times in a couple of different ways. I've also found out that that little roving machine gun is just a beautiful thing. I'm glad they put it in there. I'm having real fun with it. Thank you, 505 Games, for putting in some fun little detailed pieces, little wartime rarities. But if you notice, well, everyone is doing something. A lot of my stuff is, in these particular rounds, speed over power. Directly attacking. Now, if you want to look further into strategy, Clausewitz, for instance, probably the best of the modern European strategists, or if you want to read The Tank and Attack, or I believe that's Rommel's book, there's a lot of great literature on it. A lot of it doesn't necessarily pan out as well, and a lot more of it's strategic. Tactically speaking, the question is, how do you get your objectives? Now, if you notice, I went for force on one, and then actually sidestepped, and then changed my tactics. Or my tactically speaking was to get the other one. Now, in this case, I had to make strategic decisions as I was going. I started losing ground on this. I'm like, oh crap, the best I can do is pull out and at least protect what I got, because we're in sudden death, and oh boy, that was not a good call. I'm trying to get something to his line, trying to push it forward. That's where tactics turn into strategy. It's what the field commander does. It's what the guys on the ground do. That's the strategy end of the game. Now, I'm going to talk more strategy later, because strategy should not be ignored. Tactically speaking, number 2. Hey, got some crates, got some supplies, looking at what my other guys need, trying to help my friends out. Why? Because as a politician, you need to make alliances. You need to be in an active alliance. Make sure your alliance trades. Like right now, I'm with the Savages. Brilliant group of people. Love them, love them, love them. I've gone through 5 groups to get to a group of people that were of the same mindset. Get the stuff forward. Now, why is that important? Well, see, there's guys there who are willing to pay to get that level 3 tank. I don't have the money for it. I'm a poor country. Polish boy. Might as well say Poland. Poland actually is not poor. They're actually pretty well off. Modest country. However, not the United States. They're not going a crap ton of the war machine. But still, even though I have good tactics, I have raised up my men as well as I could train them. I put what I did have in. I put my money back to specific groups. I didn't raise everything up. I raised what I could raise up. Smart tactics. Now, strategically speaking, Poland has pulled off some wonders too, so hails to Poland. I'll maybe talk about them later, because awesome, strategically. However, and each country does have something. I could probably pull something out for Russia or whatever, but however, tactically speaking, if you notice, again, I tend to favor that top one, but in reality, I let them mush down my other 2 because I can get the one and at least protect one if I'm lucky. Now, in this particular case, I didn't get that second one. As a matter of fact, in this particular case, I'm not even sure if I win this one. Why? Because things happen. Sometimes people have the better hand at it. And they did. They were actually pretty evenly matched. Strategically, they were good. I shouldn't have split things up. I look around and I decide to add something different to my deck. Now, here we are on battle number 4. Everything is going my way. Strategically speaking, I hammer that one target. And the reason why I choose to do it, I was reading Jeffelin's plans for World War II and the overrunning of France, because the Germans, up to World War I, had a really good, let's roll in with full force and just smear the crap out of everything. Now, if you notice, I'm doing good. Everything is working fine. And this is the one battle that I'm just lost on. And I couldn't figure out what the freak they had on me. But you'll see it too, I'm sure, once it comes. Because right here, this is me taking out their second damn place. I'm like, whoa, right on. I got one down. I got the other going. Yeah, one's down to 58, but theirs is down to 50. The other one's at 1,000. How can this go wrong? This is possibly one of the best battles. I am ready to go for their boat. I mean, it's simple. I figured, you know what? Tactically speaking, yeah, let them have that. I can amass my forces. It's a strong tactical maneuver, actually. The further out your supply lines, a little bit of retreat tightens your supply lines and increases their supply lines. So I should be in good shape. Everything's fine. And then Ramen Noodle Head shows up. Like, dude, I can't even believe this. One grenade wipes out my guys. A second grenade wipes everything else out. I didn't really note it was Ramen Noodle Head, so I'm trying to work around. I'm a very troop-oriented army at this point. I might have done better with armory, but I don't know. So Ramen Noodle Head comes in and gets me again. If you notice, I don't even have him down. So, what would have I done against this? I don't know. I do not know how to deal with Ramen Noodle Head yet, and that's one of the other tactical things. And actually, General Peter Young mentions that. The politicians don't keep up with the military. The military may try and keep the politicians up. Things start backpedaling, and there's a lot of military history is like that. World War I, no one was ready to produce tactics for machines and planes and guns that were unheard of only 30 years earlier. Most of the staff was not experienced. So if you want to keep experienced, rotate your stock, make sure you're fresh on everything, and if you have the money to throw at it, by God, throw the money at it. So this has been my little discussion on tactics. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If not, get down and give me 25 maggots, because you needed to learn this crap! Anyway, goes out.
Hone your skills. Look, boy, you in the danger room.